Hi, I'm Micki Gomez with KIRO Newsradio here in Seattle with
Sully, our transportation reporter, one of our 3 transportation reporters. Today we're talking tolls. I know most of you are familiar about tolls in some way, shape, or form. I used to drive them all the time in the Midwest. I went to school in Indiana a million years ago, so I'm used to paying tolls and different types of things.
I didn't grow up with tolls.
Okay, so in most,
but we have them. We have them now in Texas.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Yeah, they used to be like you would use a toll system to pay for the project that's being done. Like the tolls would pay off the bond revenue. Like, for instance, there's the big bridge over the Columbia River between Astoria and, say, Ilwaco down on the coast, right where the Pacific Ocean, the Columbia River empties into the Pacific. And the Astoria-Megler Bridge. It had tolls, and then the tolls went away when the bonds to pay off the construction were done. It was a 75 cent or $1.50, but they went away. They're supposed to go away. Tolls are supposed to go away when you finish paying for the project.
See, and this is why I love working with this guy, because for me, I thought tolls meant that I could go faster and get to my destination in a timely manner. And I thought, I'm just going to pay the toll.
No, like the Tacoma Narrows Bridge, for instance, which goes between, say, the Tacoma area over to Kitsap County, which goes across Puget Sound. The money there for those tolls is supposed to go to pay for the ongoing construction and upkeep of the Narrows.
Right.
But we've created something here in Seattle, which is not unusual if you, say, live around D.C. through the Beltway. It's something called Congestion Pricing, where the goal is not necessarily to pay for something to pay off bonds or debt. It's a way to price people out of fast lanes so that transit and high occupancy vehicles can get a faster, more reliable trip. It's 45 miles an hour. I think 90% of the time is the metric they're going for. And so they create these toll lanes, which used to be free HOV lanes, and now you can buy your way in. So that's what you're seeing out here in Seattle.
Right. And until they get mass transit really up and running, because, our population has grown, we've got these road diets here. So until we can actually keep up with the demand, when you raise the price, I think people are so tired of the congestion. They're going to pay the toll no matter what. They're going to get into that lane because traffic is actually moving there.
And that's why we're talking about it now, because the maximum tolls on the 405 freeway, which runs along the east side of Lake Washington, from the top of the lake down to the south part of the lake. 405 is on the east side of Lake Washington, I-5 is on the west side, and only 405 is tolled. The prices are going up to a maximum of what used to be $10 on 405 to buy your way in when the congestion was at its highest, to $15. So it's going up $5 in the hopes that fewer and fewer people will choose to buy their way in to those fast lanes because, $10 wasn't enough. Maybe $12, $13, $14, $15 is.
That's 2 grandes at Starbucks.
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't drink coffee.
Okay, maybe that's 3 grandes at Starbucks.
That's probably
Seriously.
2.5 IPAs. Yeah, so okay, let's talk in my language.
$15.
My
okay,
language.
Yeah, 2.5 IPAs. I mean, that's like, that's a lot.
And the goal again here is these were originally high occupancy vehicle lanes. They made them express high occupancy vehicle lanes so that solo people could buy their way in for that faster trip. But too many people are doing that. That's why they're raising the price. And we'll see if this makes any difference to see, because they told us at the beginning, and that's what's really funny is, you'll never reach the $10 mark. And it makes it almost every day now.
Yeah.
On one section of that freeway. And so I mention that every day because I'm wondering how long it'll take before we'll actually hit that 15.
So what's the highest that someone can pay in a day if they decide if they're going one way and then they got to turn around and come back the other way? So
technically, they could pay $30, $15 in the morning, $15 home in the afternoon. If it were to hit the max.
Maybe this is the straw that breaks the camel's back that's going to push people to go back to mass transit.
Well, maybe. We'll see. I mean, there's certainly capacity, and Sound Transit and light rail is expanding. But yeah, right now, the only thing that's expanding is the tolls. And yeah, minimum $1, maximum $15.